When you're starting to design an online version of your course, organization is key. You have to remember that you may not be there to guide students every step of the way, so your online course needs to be well organized, consistent, and easy for students to navigate on their own. While there are hundreds of ways you could organize your course, we're fans of both the weekly and content-based approaches. A content-based module is a bit different from a weekly module. This structure is more fluid and versatile and works well for content areas with relatively siloed knowledge units. However, it does require more communication on the instructor's end to ensure students know what to complete and when. In a content-based module, you create a module based on that individual knowledge unit. For example, in an anatomy and physiology course, you may choose to organize by body systems, for example, like the cardiovascular or skeletal. In an English literature course, on the other hand, you may organize by the novel you're reading or author you're working with. Each content-based module can span any amount of time an instructor chooses. However, it is critical that you communicate expectations, timelines, and due dates to students well before the due date if you choose this approach. In the weekly approach, on the other hand, you structure your course around what a student needs to complete on a weekly basis. This allows students to be more autonomous and sets clear expectations for each week. Regardless of your approach, be sure to create a module with clear labels so students know how the course is organized. You also want to use the module overview area to add a title to the week and write a brief overview. The more context you can provide students here on what they'll be learning, what to expect, and how the module connects to the bigger picture, the better. Remember, you likely won't be there to provide the why when a student first clicks into the module, so this overview is critical for helping students make that connection on their own. You can also use submodules to organize content within a module. We typically like to create submodules for resources and for activities. This lets students know what they need to read and complete for that module. Once you've determined the structure you want to use, stick with it and use the same structure in every module. In an online course, consistency is everything. Think about your online course like your kitchen. The first few times a guest comes in, they may need to ask what drawer you keep the cups or the silverware in. However, after a few times looking for that spoon or that fork, they know where to find it. However, if you change up where that fork's located every time they visit, they'll end up going to the wrong drawer or just ending up having to ask you. For a student, that can be super frustrating. Once they learn where something is and know what to expect, they'll feel more comfortable in your online learning environment. This can decrease anxiety in online learning and help students get over that initial learning curve faster so they can focus on what's important, learning.